because you had to furnish your home, you know, that's an added amount of money that clearly you need to budget for when you're renting, you know, a vacant home. But overall, we don't need to have any exact figures or any figures, but overall, when you look at what you would be saving, you know, from looking at, like, if you were renting a house that was already furnished, the difference in price, say it could be $300 extra a month. With the added expense of the furniture, it pencils out at the end of the year, even
Absolutely.
if it's...
Because that's a one-time expense.
Yeah.
And I had an Ecuadorian, very fluent in Spanish, knows the city, knows the shopkeepers, bargain for me.
And
So
that's
I didn't
important.
pay street price for anything.
Because when he bargained, the price you actually paid, it was a big difference.
A big
In
difference.
contrast to what was being asked originally for the price. And that's standard procedure here in Ecuador. You have to negotiate and bargain.
Exactly.
And who better to do that than somebody that knows that and is going to do it for you. You know?
Yes, correct. And I'm not going to go into details and prices, just give you one example. My living room furniture, sofa that Angie is sitting on, love seat that you're sitting on, 2 chairs, I'm sitting in one of them, wood trim, big arms, comfy pillows, because to me this was Ecuadorian style. Nothing I would buy in the States, but when in Ecuador, do what Ecuadorians do. So in my mind, this was Ecuadorian style. Anyway, the first price I was quoted on this was $2,400. My negotiator, who took me shopping and found it for me, ended up paying $1,400. That's for all 4 pieces, and they're very comfortable pieces of furniture. Very well made, very well built, not what you would find at the typical stores in El Centro. There you can find cheaper furniture, but it's not comfortable furniture.
Right.
And it's certainly not custom designed and made where this was.
Oh,
I
excellent.
personally selected all the fabrics
Oh, good point.
and the design point.
Oh.
Good point.
Yes.
All right.
So you can get just what you want here at a price you want to pay. You just have to have someone help you with the bargaining.
Exactly. That must have been a little bit rush and get things done because you're coming into a vacant home and you
Yes.
don't have any furniture. What was that like? I mean,
Oh, I have to tell you, it was tough, and this house was empty for quite a long time. Although the woman that assisted me made sure I had a bed on day 1. I moved in here on Monday, October 1st, and she made sure a bed was upstairs in my bedroom with a comforter and a pillow and blankets for me. Again, I had help. I would not have been able to do it on my own. But going shopping, it was a whirlwind. She and I were together every single day. Shopping, shopping, shopping. We went to 5 different lighting stores before I said, okay, this is the chandelier that I feel I like and can pay for. The same with the furniture. Obviously, it took a couple of weeks to find this living room furniture. So this house was sitting empty for quite a while. Same with the dining room set. She took me to several places. I had very specific requirements. I wanted a round pedestal dining table and 4 dining chairs. So everything she'd show me, I said, no, 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 I didn't want that. Finally, I said, okay, that works, but I don't want that fabric on the chairs. This was an interesting story. The man that owned the shop where I bought this dining room set was during the business day. He closed the doors on the shop, locked it up. My assistant, the shopkeeper, and I got in a taxi, paid for by the shopkeeper. We went over to a fabric store. I looked at all the fabrics, selected one that I thought would be acceptable for the dining room chairs. They didn't have it at that store. They called their Quito branch. Could they get it here? The next day, it was in the Cuenca store. The fabric, or the man from the furniture store went to pick up the fabric, covered the seats of the chairs with the fabric, and delivered it to me here on Friday. That's how quick everything happens.